What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you just some simple stuff for a game called Monopoly Deal, made by Old Mana. If you're in the Modification Station Discord, you probably know who he is, or you've seen him at the very least. But he made a version of a game he really likes. Monopoly Deal, it's just like a card game, but he made a Java version, which is on GitHub, which will be linked down below. And so I'm just going to show you some stuff. So he does have like a how to use page, and it's super simple, but we're just going to go with downloading. So it's like I'm going to link this. I'm also going to link directly to the download area. So if you come to this first link, you could just scroll down to how to use if you want, and click on download the latest server version, or server jar file, and it will take you to the versions page, so you can see all the different versions here and the logs and everything. So what you'll want to do is you just want to download the client, so you'll keep, and then also the server, and you'll also keep that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make a folder here on the desktop. We're going to call it just MD, Monopoly Deal. So after we make our folder, we want to go ahead and open it up. And then we're going to drag the client in right here, but then we're going to make another folder called server. So go ahead and do that, and then we're going to open up server to put the server file in here. Alrighty, so before you do anything with the client, if you were going to host a server, or you want to host the server for you and your friends, you're going to want to go into the server, and I will leave the bat file, the start bat file down below. But in case you're wondering what it looks like, we'll go ahead and open it up. So here it is, just real simple. It's literally just opening a jar. So nothing crazy. But I'll go ahead and leave a download link down below, just so that people can easily access. So we're going to go ahead and start. And it's going to generate some files. The default port for this is 27599. Alright, so after we've done that, there's going to be a few things we want to do so that people can join. So we'll go ahead and open up our client. Now our client's also going to generate a data file, or a DAT file, but right now it doesn't have anything in it because we haven't done anything yet. But once we do, it's there to save stuff, obviously. So our user ID, which is something that we're going to have to create on the server, is how you will connect to the server with the correct name. So if you want to add your friend, we will have to register a player for them. So we'll just use Old Mana, for example, friend of mine, friend who made the game. So we'll just do register player, and I'll put Old Mana. Alright, so it says register player Old Mana with this ID. So that's specific to my server, that ID for him. Because if you went on your server and made a name with the same exact name, you'd get a different ID. So I'm going to go ahead and put in this ID, and since I haven't changed the IP or anything, I'm going to keep it localhost with the default port. And I'm going to click login. So that's easy enough. I say I'm logged in as Old Mana right here. Pretty easy as far as just setting stuff up goes. Some other basic commands. So you can see what players are registered. So let's say, we'll go ahead and close this. And let's say I forgot what Old Mana's ID was, and he needed it so he could join. Let's say I forgot what it was. So I'll type in list registered players, and it will tell me right here Old Mana, and then here's his name. So we'll even add like another name. So just register player. And we'll use my brother. Alright, so new registered player, but if we do the command list registered players, it will show me both of their names and IDs. So you can't really ever lose an ID as long as you have the player's DAT file. So easy enough there. So if you So after you have like the people that you want connected into the game, so we'll go ahead and connect back real quick. So connect. So you want to go back into the server and you want to type in start. And it will deal out the cards. And then, you know, you just play. I'll make another video on playing at some point. But you know, you just play. And actually, a fun feature is if you log back in, you still have all your stuff. So we'll go ahead and we'll reset the game. Alright, you just type in reset and then it resets the game. And then after you do that, you just type in start again and it will hand out new cards. And we can do reset. And then we can do start just to show you that it does give new cards. It shuffles the deck. So, okay, we're done with that. But of course, if you want to see all of the commands this has, you can just type in help. And it gives you a list and like kind of how to use this. So you have start, reset, shuffle. This is shuffle a deck. If you want to set a certain deck, which is through mods, which I will show you the mod support in a different video. I'll have a video that's more in depth on these commands. They're real simple. I'll have a video on it and I'll just break it up into pieces so you can just click through it. Alrighty, so now we're gonna just go into some of the config stuff just so you guys know instead of waiting for a separate video for the config type stuff. So we'll look in the player dat real quick, and then that will also show the name. So this is their ID, name, and if they're an operator or not. Alright, and if we open up the config file, you can just see here you can change the port to whatever you want, and this is useful for port forwarding. So when you go to port forward, you don't set the IP to the server or anything like that. You'll just go ahead and open up your CMD, type in ipconfig, and you'll port forward on your IPv4 with this port, and then you give your friends your public address for them to connect, and everything should work fine that way. That's how it works for me and everybody else, and we don't have any problems. So that's easy enough. There's the mods folder, so when we talk about mods in a later video, you put this here. That's everything. When you go to connect to a friend's server, like, and they're not on your network, you'll just type in their IP here, so you know, just whatever it is. Okay, well that's not a realistic IP, but you know, just whatever their IP is, and then you'll put in your user ID that they have given you, and then you'll log in. It's real easy, nothing to it really. But that has been the video. I'll leave the GitHub down below. I'll leave just like the basic GitHub link and the GitHub link to all of the update section. If you have any questions, it's probably best to direct them to the GitHub, just because I can't answer all of the questions. I didn't make the game. But there is also a official Discord, and there is a Monopoly Deal modification station Discord that I'm still working on. It's not public yet. So look for those things down in the description. Just whenever you see this, hopefully I'll actually finish the server. So, but that has been the video, and I hope that this is helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.